Thank you so much for stopping in. This is the transmission I have for you today. During the designing of your life plan for soul growth, the option you had to select stress as a method through which to learn is surely a choice. In your soul spirit state, outside of physical, selection has purpose and considered only through an overall view to achieve the soul growth you want. However, the selection does not necessarily have a physical reality to it because the selection, is done in a neutral soul spirit state. Even though you indeed choose to experience your life lessons through stress, stress becomes debilitating to the physical being that only a living physical being can understand. The soul spirit state does not relate to the actual energetics of stress to a physical being. Because in spirit, the plan creation has the purpose, the reason, the outcome intention, not the physical reality of a method, only a purpose to achieve what your soul most desires in this or any lifetime. Your intention to learn through stress may not have been meant to be in place in every single learning experience. Your intention, I'm going to read it again. Your intention to learn through stress may not have been meant to be in place in every single learning experience you planned. Yet in the era of dominance, it became an easy controller to prevent you from succeeding effortlessly by the elite controllers. You learned to expect stress in order to gain anything or succeed in any way. Therefore, we step in to relay this message. If you are engaged in an overt method of stress, an overt method of stress experience to learn through your path lessons, you can change that. I'm going to read that again. I'm sorry. If you are engaged in an overt method of stress experience to learn through your life lessons, you can change that. You say to yourself and to universal energy, I no longer want to learn through stressful engagements of any and all kinds. I want my learning experiences to be rational and peaceful while truly experiencing and learning for my greatest soul growth. I am grateful for the understanding of stress, but I no longer need it to shadow over my life. I release that method of learning. I release all stress. I am in control of my life. I decide what is best for my greatest soul growth. I am free of stress. You are to accomplish your greatest soul growth intentions for this life. You are to accomplish what you intended in this lifetime. If stress has been holding you back, you are now free of that shadow. If I'm going to repeat it again, if stress has been holding you back, you are now free of that shadow. That's the message I have for you today. I do have some comments. It seems as we begin to leave the era of dominance, my universal energy sources are telling us that we are getting permission to lessen our load, to lessen the pressures of dominance, to lessen all the things that kind of bind us, hold us down. The load that dominance has put on through all of us and humanity through the era of dominance. And stress is one of those. So the topic today is stress and how we can eliminate that. If we chose to have stress as a learning method, but we ended up allowing that method to be in every part of our living and how we learn, you don't intend for stress to be a learning method in every single situation, but you end up in living your life in stressful situations all the time. And they're telling us it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe we intended to have, use a stress method in one area of our life, but not in all areas of our life. Some of us have fallen into the stress method of learning in all areas of our life. We can change that. You can change that. You can change it right now. You just eliminate that. Do what they said. And on top of it, they called stress a method. It's a method, and they also called it a shadow. That's really so. If stress is something that you have been, if you're having stress in all areas of your life, we can take care of that. You just do what they said, because we can take their advice and and then we don't have to struggle in our life so much. We can enjoy our lives, which is what we should be doing, enjoying our lives. Thank you so much for stopping in. Please stay tuned because there is a lot more to come.